Welcome to Beyond the Spiritual Nexus, your cosmic connection. I'm your host, Diana Rose, and as always, I'm here with my lovely co host, Sandra.
Hello and welcome to Cosmic Monday, where we like to talk about all things mystical, magical, and supernatural.
Yes, we do.
So grab your favorite cup of tea, settle in, and let's jump right into a topic that probably every practitioner learns about early in their spiritual journey.
Yes, tonight we're talking about saging. You see it everywhere. You see it in wellness shops, you see it all over social media. And actually, people have been saging throughout thousands of years of human history. So we're unpacking both the verified historical and scientific facts, as well as the authentic spiritual and energetic traditions that are behind it. There will be no fluff, just real history, practical wisdom, and a deep respect for the craft.
All right, so to understand sage, I do think we have to start with its roots. So, when
Hmm.
people talk about smudging specifically, it's important to recognize that this refers to sacred ceremonial traditions
Yes.
held by indigenous North American nations, including the Ojibwe, Lakota, and many other North American tribes.
Native American tribes. Um, and historically, practicing these traditional ceremonies was actually criminalized in the United States until the passage of the American Indian Religious Freedom Act, which was in 1978.
That's not very long ago.
No, just under about 50 years ago.
Mm.
Indigenous people protected their practices through generations of persecution, which is why when we approach saging, we should approach it with respect, cultural awareness, and ethical sourcing. I believe that this is very vital.
It is. I think so.
Hmm.
So, deep within indigenous oral traditions,
Hmm.
sage is revered as a living medicine spirit.
Yes.
In Anishinaabe creation teaching, sage is one of the four sacred medicines alongside tobacco, sweetgrass,
Hmm.
and cedar. According to the story, when the Great Spirit placed human beings on earth, sage was provided specifically to cleanse, purify, and clear away heavy or oppressive emotions or negative energies so that people could live in balance.
Yes. And in Lakota tradition, the use of sage is actually woven directly into the story of White Buffalo Calf Woman who brought sacred rites to the people. Before entering sacred ceremonies like the sweat lodge, sage, or pehewat was burned or worn to sweep away personal impurities, bad intentions. Traditional teachings actually emphasize the dynamic here because while sage is used to clear away and banish heavy or unwanted energy, sweetgrass is then burned afterwards to invite peace and positive blessings back into the
Mhm.
space.
Now, something I find really interesting is that sage also has held a sacred place in traditions across the globe. Remember?
Yep.
For example,
Hmm.
in ancient Egypt, sage was
Yes.
regarded as a plant of life and vitality. And the ancient Romans also called it garden sage. Herba
Hmm.
sacra,
Yes.
sacred
Sacred
herbs.
herb. Hmm.
Yes. They held harvesting rituals, actually, where gatherers wore clean tunics, and before they cut the plant, the sage, they offered sacrifices of bread and wine.
Yes, they did. That's right. And another example over in East Asia,
Mhm.
red sage was burned as temple incense in Taoist traditions, and it was used to clear stagnant qi and to calm the mind in preparation for meditation. Also, European sage was actually so prized, Sandra, during the 17th century
Mhm.
that Dutch merchants reported that Chinese traders were exchanging 3 to 4 pounds of fine green tea for just like a pound of dry sage.
Really?
Yep,
You
absolutely.
know what? I'd take the deal. I would take the deal. If you would like to make that deal. Okay, and also in medieval Europe, monks
Mm-hmm.
cultivated sage in monastery
Yes.
gardens, and they burned dried bundles to ward off airborne plagues and protect homes. And
Mm-hmm.
across every single one of these cultures, practitioners were tapping into, if you'll notice, four main uses, four main
Mm-hmm.
energetic uses.
Yes.
That would be energetic cleansing,
Mm-hmm.
creating sacred space, invoking blessing and protection,
Mm-hmm.
and sharpening mental clarity. Now, what makes sage so fascinating is that its spiritual reputation also matches what science observes in the physical world.
Yes, absolutely. It really does. People use it for everything from clearing out heavy energy in a room to boosting focus during meditation.
Mm.
Scientifically, burning or diffusing sage actually releases volatile compounds like cineal and camphor into the air.
Mhm. The nose is a very sensitive part of your body, you know?
Yes, it is.
So,
Absolutely.
a 2007 study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology
Mhm.
found that burning medicinal herbal smoke reduced airborne bacterial counts in an enclosed space by up to 94%.
Wow, 94%.
94. And it
Mhm.
also kept the air noticeably cleaner for up to 24 hours.
And the aroma actually alters your brain chemistry. When those molecules hit your olfactory system, they interact with GABA receptors, lowering cortisol levels and boosting focus and mental clarity when you need it.
Now, if you want to bring this into your own home, you don't need to use white sage specifically
No.
because wild white sage actually faces severe overharvesting. So,
Yes, it does.
choosing sustainable alternatives is both ethically responsible and just as effective.
Absolutely. Common garden sage, rosemary, thyme, lavender, and pine, they all carry incredible purifying traditions.
Mm.
Rosemary is amazing for mental clarity and focus, while lavender brings a deep and peaceful calm.
And if you're growing your own garden herbs or harvesting locally, I don't know
Uh-huh.
why I was combining harvesting locally and into hosting. Always remember the one third rule. So
Absolutely.
that means never harvest more than one third of a living plant at
Hmm.
any given time. Leaving the remaining two thirds ensures that the plant can photosynthesize, which means it's going
Hmm.
to recover and keep thriving season after season.
Exactly. But you should only harvest wild plants if you have proper botanical training
Mhm.
or if you're working alongside an experienced herbalist. Because misidentifying wild plants, Sandra, can be
Mhm.
very dangerous. And wild foraging requires knowing local conservation laws so you don't accidentally disturb protected habitats. So, when in doubt, stick to your own garden or buy from a reputable local grower.
That's a good point, some good
Hmm.
advice. Now, once you have your dried herbs, using them is really straightforward. If you're doing a traditional smoke cleansing with a dried bundle, always open a window first, always.
Always.
You need an exit route for both
Hmm.
the stale energy and the smoke. So light the tip, blow out the flame so it
Hmm.
smolders, and hold a heat safe ceramic bowl underneath to catch any falling embers.
Mm,
We don't want to start a fire.
no.
And then you'll walk around your space, let the smoke reach the corners, and then extinguish the bundle completely in sand or a fireproof dish when you're done. We actually
Mhm.
recommend an abalone shell if you can. And on the other hand, water will cause rot in the center of your bundle.
Yeah, don't use that.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
don't use it. And also never leave smoldering herbs unattended.
So we know that not everyone can burn herbs in their space. We don't want to leave you out though, so don't worry because we have the solution for you.
Yeah, we got you.
hmm You can brew your own DIY protection spray, and we're going to teach you how to do that right here, right in your own kitchen, in place of traditional smoke cleansing. The nice thing about this is you'll likely already have the herbs you need sitting right in your kitchen pantry.
Yeah, yeah. I think people will be surprised by how easy it actually is.
Yes.
So, all you need to do is bring about a cup of water, preferably spring, but distilled works too.
hmm
And you're going to bring that to a boil, remove it from the heat, and then you steep a handful of fresh or dried kitchen herbs like garden sage and rosemary,
hmm
plus a pinch of sea salt.
Yes.
Then you cover that and let it brew to the color of like a strong tea. Now, that could take up to 20 minutes. So be patient and be present with the pot.
hmm And then once it cools down completely, you're going to strain out the herbs and you're going to pour the liquid into a clean spray bottle. Add a small splash of witch hazel or rubbing alcohol. We use this as a natural preservative.
Mhm.
You're going to give it a little shake. Don't shake it too hard. Be gentle. And it's all about intention. Set your intention for protection and peace.
You know what you to do. And then you're
hmm
going to spritz it around your front entryway, your
hmm
workspace, or just room corners whenever the energy feels a little heavy or oppressive,
Yes,
even.
just as you would if you were using a smudge bundle.
Yes.
hmm
Now, this spray is pet safe, by the ways, but you'll probably be conscious of how much you use it regardless
hmm
because you'll probably, it's homemade.
Yes.
But ultimately, you get the exact same protective benefits from the spray as you do burning the herbs. The
hmm
great thing about this method is there is no smoke and nothing in it is expensive either.
Right.
It's just simple kitchen magic.
Yes. Now let's gaze upward to the skies and see what's written in the stars. So let's move onward with cosmic currents. It is Cosmic Monday, after all.
We have a huge week in front of us, actually. So today, August 24th, we're starting out under a waxing gibbous moon in Capricorn. Now, Capricorn energy is all about discipline, stability, and getting real, tangible results.
And on top of that, the moon is aligning today with Spica, the brightest star in Virgo. In ancient star lore, Spica is known as the star of abundance. So it brings this amazing wave of prosperity, talent, divine protection.
But Monday is
Ah,
really just setting the stage for the rest of the week. By
mm-hmm.
Tuesday and Thursday, Mercury enters Virgo and hits a Mercury Cazimi, which is that's just an exact conjunct between the two.
Uh,
Basically, that means laser focus, sharp mental clarity, and the perfect window for organizing your big goals.
then comes the main event on Friday, August 28th, because a powerful full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. Eclipses act like emotional portals of release, making Friday a prime time to surrender all those old habits, let go of all those illusions, and close out all those past chapters.
Yep, yep, exactly. And To wrap it all up over the weekend, the moon charges right into Aries, giving
Mhm.
us a fresh burst of energy and motivation to take action.
So, across this entire week, from Spica's abundance on Monday all the way to Friday's eclipse, we're clearing out space, removing negativity, and a lack of motivation from our lives to make space for blessings to land in your life.
Speaking of clearing space, with that out of the way, we have all the room we need for tea and
Ah,
tarot.
yes, my favorite part.
Mine too. So let's start with the tea, shall we?
Oh, yes.
Diana, what are we ingesting today?
Well, today we are drinking a blend of sage, rosemary, and lemon peel. The sage is grounding,
Mhm.
the rosemary adds a bit of focus, and the lemon peel just brightens everything up.
Mm, it's good. The
Mhm.
sage is
I'm glad
very
you like it.
it's very earthy. And the
Mhm.
rosemary's pretty green, but the lemon helps a lot. So
Yes,
does
it
the
does.
honey actually, which honey does have healing
Oh,
properties to it.
yes, definitely.
And lemons are actually about to be in season, so we got to drink more of this and use up what we have so we can get the real good ones soon.
Yes, definitely, Sandra.
Okay. I am going to give these a good
Yes, Sandra, do tell
shuffle.
us what is in store for us with
Don't
the
rush
tarot
me.
today.
Don't rush me. I'm getting there. Okay. Um I'm setting our intention for today. What message do we need to hear to help us open up to abundance and let go of what's holding us back? Oh, oh wow. Just falling out over here. Okay. We have pulled, drumroll please, the Four of Pentacles.
Oh, now that is an interesting pull, Sandra. That is the control card.
The control card.
Hmm. Pentacles are also associated with the earth element.
Yeah.
So they're associated with Capricorn, actually.
Capricorn moon.
Yes, it is. Now, if you look at the artwork on the Rider Waite deck, there or the Rider Waite card, excuse me, there's this figure sitting on a stone bench
Mhm.
outside the city. It's completely covered in coins. He's got one balanced right on his head. There are two coins locked under his feet, and he's clutching one over his heart like a shield.
Mhm. Right. Now, that coin on his head
Mhm.
shows how material worries can actually block your intuition. And
Mhm.
holding that coin over his chest, well, that's all about being emotionally guarded. Now, upright, this is a card about stability, saving money, and setting boundaries. But the reverse, that's possessiveness and
Mhm.
isolation and a deep fear of scarcity.
Very good depiction, Sandra.
Thank you.
Exactly.
I learned from the best.
Mhm. Of course you did. I know you did. Sitting outside the city while hoarding his treasure means he's totally
Mm,
cut off from the community. So when it flips or evolves, it's all about releasing that control and shifting out of the scarcity mindset and choosing generosity over fear.
That's precisely how I would read that. Yes. The
Mhm.
message today, I think it's pretty clear. If you want
Yes.
to welcome in
Crystal.
Spica's abundance, you have to
Mhm.
loosen your grip. If you're hoarding old stress, clutter, or resentment just out of habit, there's no physical or emotional room left for new blessings.
Yes, there's no time like the present to shed that
Yes,
heaviness.
ma'am. So cleansing your space isn't just about sweeping out the old. It's all set up for making
Mm-hmm.
room for the good stuff heading your way. To bring everything together, we've put together a practical, down to earth ritual that you can easily perform at home today using basic garden herbs or your DIY herbal spray.
Yes. You don't need anything fancy at all. To begin with, you want to prepare the portal by opening at least one door or window in your home. That's going to give the old stale energy a clear exit route while welcoming fresh opportunities inside.
Next comes grounding and setting your intent.
Mm-hmm.
Hold your bundle of garden herbs or your spray, press both feet firmly into the floor,
Planted to the floor. Mm-hmm.
and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Speak your intention out loud, saying, I release all stagnation and invite the abundance of spica into my home, my career and finances, and my life.
Then you begin the cleansing walk. Safely light your herbal stick, blow it out so that it smolders, or you can grab your spray, which you have created. Start right at the front entry and move mindfully throughout your home, making sure that you focus on the corners and doorways and your workspaces, the spots where mental stress tends to pull.
Mm. Now, finally, we're going to close it out. And what you're going to want to do to anchor that abundance is
Mm-hmm.
safely extinguish your herb bundle in a fireproof bowl or a vessel of sand.
Uh-huh.
Then take a pen and paper and write down 3 specific tangible goals or blessings that you're ready to welcome into your life under the Capricorn moon.
Yes.
And then place that paper on your workplace. So that's going to be either your desk or your altar.
Well, my sweets, that's all the time we have for tonight. We just want to remind you your story isn't just about carrying the weight of old stress or letting heavy energy linger around you. It's also about honoring that quiet, wise space that you create when you're actively cleansing your environment and mind, guiding every choice you make today and beyond.
So stop letting stagnant energy or old scarcity mindsets hold you back. You hold the steering wheel and you get to decide what stays in your space and what gets swept away.
We want to thank you all for sitting with us at the table and stepping into the Nexus with us today. If this episode on the science, history, and spirit of sage helped you feel more grounded in your practice, make sure to leave us a review, share it on your stories, and tag us. Or pass it along to a friend who might appreciate a little bit of history and
And
a
a
little
little
bit
bit
of
of
magic,
magic. Miss Diana's phone's going off. Don't mind it.
as always.
We're very popular people. But before you go, we just want to say our favorite part of this show is building a community, a literal nexus, if you will. And that means bringing your voices onto the show. So, if you've ever had an incredible experience with space cleansing, or a time where your intuition guided your ritual, or if you have questions about herbs, tarot, or astrology, we want to hear from you.
Mhm. So send your stories, questions, or your short voice notes over to hello@spiritualnexuspodcast.com. Once again, that's hello@spiritualnexuspodcast.com. You can also reach Xandra and me on Instagram at The Spiritual Nexus. Or check us out at spiritualnexuspodcast.com. That's spiritualnexuspodcast.com. You can also find out more information on how to reach us there. As always, we want to thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you next week on another Cosmic Monday.
Until next time, trust your quiet inner voice. Clear out what no longer serves you, stay grounded, and take good care of each other.
Peace out, everybody.